Tarun. So Tarun is a bro and we hang out. We recently spent...
I've been dragged into the hanging out. Yeah.
So I know his personal life a bit more than others. Also, I have researched Tarun's company, Aether, a fair amount. Maybe Tarun can start telling us a bit about himself from the beginning for everyone else listening.
I'm a Marwadi. Can't speak though. But born brought up in Ahmedabad, but can't speak Gujju either. One of those guys who had to go to science because marks are gaye, so science to lenge. And did science. Somebody suggested you should write JEE. So went for coaching, cleared JEE luckily. Got a seat in IIT Madras, so went there, did a 5-year course there. Graduated in 2012, and we started Aether a year later in 2013. Our love, I was trying to say even in the start at some point, was actually, our love actually was the energy industry from like a very long time. Me and my co-founder Swapnil have been calling ourselves Aether Energy since many, many years. So we really always wanted to start an energy company, which is why we called ourselves Aether Energy and not Aether Motors, thanks. And to this date, we keep hoping that this becomes an energy company before we die.
Explain how energy company?
It's not. It's not technically an energy company
How
in any
become?
ways. How, I don't know. Itna nahi socha hai. But life is in some ways very short, in some ways long enough. So I kind of think 10 to 20 years to build the two-wheeler business and then another 20, 30 years to build the other stuff.
Do you think at some point with scale, it would make sense for you guys, if you own the charging infrastructure, to also generate your own electricity, maybe using solar?
So actually that's the plan. The energy cycle is basically generation, distribution, storage, and then application. In college, we spent many years trying to work on generation. We tried to build engines, very, very high efficiency engines. We succeeded technically, not commercially though. So, and later on, the idea that we had was to build battery packs, which is storage. And we wanted to build a swapping network, which is distribution. So we justified to ourselves by saying, yaar, energy generation pe kaam nahi kar rahe, but distribution and storage pe kaam kar rahe. This is Aether Energy, the distribution and storage company. And later we were building a scooter on the side to put that battery pack on, and we fell in love with the scooter. So we became a vehicle company. But I kind of still think, like, we do run a fairly large fast charging network. Actually, in two-wheelers, it's the largest fast charging network in the country.
How is that? Because your competition has incumbent distribution through service centers, right? Like if you take...
Yeah, but they don't have such charging there, no?
But I would assume it's easy for a TVS or a Bajaj or a Hero to add a charging infra to existing distribution.
So the problem is not technology. The problem is what business are you in, and it's just how the lens that you apply. If you believe that you are a vehicle company, as defined by the definition of we put together a vehicle and we sell the vehicle, then getting into the business of charging, unless forced to, seems kind of odd. It's like, अरे गाड़ी बनाते तो चलो पेट्रोल भी बेच लेते साथ में, कितना ही मुश्किल है. Our customers, captive customers, but you don't, right? Because you kind of understand that that's not our business. So इतना समझ में आता है companies को, so they don't get into charging unless they will really be forced to. We just think differently. We actually see this, like as Puneet was saying, thought synergistically. Listen, like गाड़ी बनाएंगे, बैटरी भी खुद की बनाएंगे, charging भी खुद ही करेंगे. अगर enough charging station लगाएंगे, and if you fast charge there, then we'll need storage there that will supply the power to fast charge these batteries eventually. You set up like 20 stations ka charging, that becomes like a microgrid. Then you got decentralized power generation, distribution, storage. Sapne bahut hai. So it's...
You know, classical economic theory, like Adam Smith or the Austrian theory of economics. Take the example of a needle. When somebody tries to make a needle from start to scratch, is likely less efficient than somebody who's mining the metal required for the needle, somebody else having another expertise. So why are both of you in particular, when it comes to your particular companies, trying to do everything from start to finish?
No, not everything. There is a business.
I'll answer myself, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there is a business. So it will be pretty weird if I said we should build our own tires. You're not in the business of building tires, right? So if I said my business is building vehicles, then thinking charging, thinking batteries is kind of not sensible unless you're forced to. But if I think I'm in the business of selling you energy, as he really is, then the lens changes, and then a few things start making sense.
But if you're not in the business of selling energy today, why are you thinking on these lines?
So that's a dream. I think some of the things most of the stuff that we do today, including setting up charging stations, is really in the service of the vehicle that we have to sell. Right?
Are these brand agnostic? Can anybody go to your charging station?
Our charging stations, a lot of people can now go because our charging standard has become the national standard.
So if I have a Ola scooter, I can go to Ather.
Because Ola hasn't adopted a standard yet, right? But Hero Vida has, Matter has, actually a bunch of e-two-wheeler companies and startups and charging point operators have.
Also because Hero is your investor as well.
Hero's an investor, right? So that gives us an advantage there, right? But it also brings the largest two-wheeler guy on the standard platform. So the company starts thinking this way. Hey, how can we get more people to adopt a standard? You won't think like that if you're a two-wheeler company. If I think like a two-wheeler company. But if I think like, hey, I'm ultimately, like 50 years out, I'm in the business of getting you low-cost energy, then I'm thinking a little differently long-term. My decisions are a little different.
So market shares today is, say, 30 Ola, 20 TVS, 15 Ather.
12.
12 Ather?
Yeah.
7, 8 Bajaj?
Bajaj is also at 12, 13 now.
So Bajaj has picked up off
Yeah, they've got enough distribution today, right? So they can turn on the distribution. Sab jagah ki dukaan open kar sakta hai.
So with distribution, these guys are able to achieve scale faster than a Ola or Ather might be.
Short term, absolutely.
But why not long term?
Long-term distribution is not really a moat in India. Is not really a because that was the 80s ka India when MSME was a difficult thing. So if you could get enough entrepreneurs to sell your vehicle, you have actually a moat. But today, MSME interest in setting up e-two-wheeler distribution is crazy. Like we have, I think this is 6 months ago, we had I think 20 or 30,000 dealer applications for a business case that requires you to put 2 crores upfront. Now, there are a lot of people who can do this. There are like 10,000 companies who run automotive dealerships in India, all scared to hell कि भाई electric सीखना है. Otherwise, we have no future, right? So, what are the best e-two-wheeler companies or electric car companies? उनका distribution ले लो. You are already coming with an investment mindset. I want to invest and learn this for the next 5 years. So, you can scale up. So, for example, we will go from we've gone from like 0 to 200 touch points in like 2.5 years. We'll go from 200 touch points to 1,000 touch points in the next 2.5 years. At which point you've crossed Royal Enfield ka scale already. What took them possibly 30 years. So distribution is a very weak moat now in India. So it's a low-hanging advantage for incumbents because they can turn on the tap faster, maybe a year ahead of us, but it's that much. After that, it's a lot of other things.